But why does he have so many different associations, right? So he got mob ties. He got, now it seemed like he's dealing with the Hellcats. Like, wouldn't that be a conflict? Mob ties in the Hellcat. I said the Hellcats. the Hell Angels. Like, wouldn't that be a conflict? And then he's over here, what? Well, I'm not saying that he's affiliated with the Bloods and stuff like that, but he was, in Compton with the Bloods and stuff, and apparently he's associated with some other gangs in Toronto. Like, wouldn't it be a conflict with all these different associations? I don't know, but it seems like maybe that's why he mob ties, allegedly. So let's see what this mob tie stuff is about.
Drake. He is currently one of the biggest artists in the music industry, and I would even go so far as to say he's the greatest rapper of the new generation if you just look at the numbers. What if I tell you that Drake is untouchable, not only in the music game, but also on the streets? And before you start flaming me, no, it's not because of him, but because of his surroundings. Drake himself didn't have a tough childhood. Even in his youth, he earned good money working as an actor. Before this time, Drake is said to have lived in a poorer neighborhood, but that doesn't explain why Drake is so extremely well connected today. And in this video, we'll get to the bottom of this question.
Is that why you think he grew braids? Is that why you think he grew a beard?
Show you who stands behind Drake, who has his back, and why he's untouchable. But before we get started, I'd like to partner with Whoop Events.
Shut up.
And all you have respected families in the USA and in the rap game. The mob ties from Houston. The head of this family is a certain J Prince, who is incredibly close friends with Drake. He's a guy who mainly operates behind the scenes, and according to Wikipedia, he's one of the godfathers of the rap business, and he didn't get that nickname for nothing. Few people have as much experience and as many contacts in the business as he does. J Prince founded the label Rap-A-Lot Records, which I'm sure some of you know, in 1986. Later, he even managed a certain Floyd Mayweather. He's a boxer that I think all of you know, and that just shows his contacts go beyond the music industry. J Prince comes from one of the toughest neighborhoods in Houston and built an empire within just a few years. I mean, by the age of 23, he already had several $1 million in his account. But what makes him so incredibly respected in the streets now? Yes, let me tell you briefly. I'll list a few things J Prince has handled. For example...
But Drake, why are you getting involved in this? Didn't Lil Wayne tell you, you ain't gotta do this? So do you think this is his way of proving to people that he black by surrounding himself with some solid individuals? And I see people in the chat saying that he's being extorted. I don't know. But as you see in multiple interviews, he says that, he doesn't really feel accepted. He doesn't feel, even some of his blackest friends tease him. Which is, I can't believe you said that. He said some of my blackest friends. That's absolutely insane. I don't know why he said, well, I can't explain that. That was strange. So do you think this is his way of proving that he's black? By joining with mob ties, by hooking up with the game, going to Compton, talking about this, talking about that. Is this him trying to prove to everybody, look, I'm black. I'm just as hood as y'all?
He made sure the beef between Pimp C and Master P didn't end fatally. According to eyewitnesses, hitmen were apparently involved, whom J Prince was able to restrain. Also, J Prince is the guy you turn to if you lose your chain in Houston or if it gets stolen. J Prince finds the guy who has that chain within a very short time and can give it back to the rapper.
Okay, we know about J Prince. All right, let's skip to that. Salute to J Prince, you know what I'm saying? But let's get to, Drake ties with all of this.
Jazz Prince and J Prince. J Prince Jr. is the founder of the mob ties, which are especially known in the world of the new generation, and Jazz Prince discovered Drake. In 2007, he was looking for new people he could hang out with and make money with, and so he came across Drake on MySpace, and he showed this then unknown Drake to his father and Lil Wayne, who were both not really convinced by the still young Drake. But Jazz Prince believed in Drake and showed Lil Wayne the music of Drake again months later in a car, and Lil Wayne was immediately convinced. For this reason, Jazz Prince was able to make a deal with Young Money, that is, with Birdman, and so Drake got his first big contract, and now hold on. Jazz Prince simply got 33% of the earnings Drake made. And so a friendship was also established between...
Yeah! Damn, 33? Sheesh! Ching ching! God damn!
Show me the money! Black people! Show me the money!
Damn!
Drake and the people of J Prince. Drake even refers to the Mob Ties as his second family and dedicated a song to them. I think you all know it. It's called Mob Ties, but this friendship is also based on protection, because just like for other rappers, the Mob Ties handle a lot.
Allegedly. Now, I don't know if that's correct or not. I'm just going on the information. I'm not saying... Look, I'm not saying anything that he's saying is correct. I'm just going over videos just for educational purposes.
For Drake. For example, in 2016, the beef between Drake and Meek Mill reached its climax, and that's because Drake played a show in Meek Mill's hometown, Philly. So far, so good. But Drake disrespected Meek Mill the whole time here, in Meek Mill's hometown. Of course, he didn't take that lying down. For this reason, he called all his people together and drove to this show. Outside, Meek Mill and his people were...
So, let me... do y'all think Drake is acting like this because he has certain people around him? Do you think he would act like this if it was just him and he wasn't associated? So do you think he feels like he protected and he can do what he do without really doing nothing? Like people going to do stuff from him, do stuff for him? Do y'all think Drake would be acting like this if, you know, he didn't have the backing that he has now? So he probably feel like he's untouchable. Just a question.
were waiting for Drake. Apparently, there were 100 to 200 people.
I gotta let you know right now, we're 100, 200 deep, dream chasers. You're gonna press this nigga Drake. He disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
But Drake didn't come out. J Prince came out. And so J Prince saved Drake from this confrontation. J Prince also settled the beef with P. Diddy and sent a warning to Youngboy when Youngboy just said Drake. This warning was completely public. And yes, I guess, after the stories I've just told you, everyone is, let's say, intimidated at first, even a Youngboy. And I think you all know Drake and Kanye West had a beef for years. The beef was only recently settled, and now you can guess 3 times who was the reason for this end. Right, J Prince. Because Drake and Kanye West simply posted a picture with J Prince. And Drake even confirmed later, hey, I only ended this beef for J Prince.
It's linking with the ops, bitch, I did that shit for J Prince. Bitch, I did it for the Mob Ties.
The Mob Ties and J Prince are simply everywhere Drake is. Birdman had this contract with Jazz Prince, with these 33%, this money was never paid out. There were also contract problems with Lil Wayne because apparently he was also never really paid fairly by Birdman. You can guess 3 times who solved these problems. Right, the OG himself, J Prince.
So wherever it's at, we have to reach and grab it. Even if it's in his ass, we have to get it up out of there.
So far, so good. However, public perception of the Mob Ties and J Prince has significantly fluctuated in recent years, as many people aren't particularly fond of them. And this stems from 2 incidents. In September 2022, rapper Boozy had a show in Houston. Jeweler Duke the Jeweler came to the show to bring Boozy a new chain. After the show, Duke gambled with the Mob Ties, who were also present. I mean, the show was in Houston, so it makes sense. J Prince Jr. was also present that night. J Prince Jr. lost $100,000 that evening, which Duke ended up winning. After the event, Duke went alone to his car parked in the underground garage, where someone was waiting for him. This robbery ended in gunfire, and Duke died in the garage. Rumors quickly circulated that Boozy was involved. Naturally, Boozy denied any involvement, as it makes no sense for him to rob someone making a chain for him. So suspicion fell on the Mob Ties and J Prince Jr., especially since J Prince Jr. had lost $100,000 earlier that night. However, no one was arrested for this. But one thing you've probably heard about is the incident involving Takeoff.
I don't know nothing about nothing. Allegedly. I'm only here listening, all right? I don't know nothing about shit.
Takeoff was also shot in Houston while at a party with the Mob Ties. It was Jazz Prince's birthday party, and J Prince Jr. was also present. There was reportedly a dispute between Quavo and the Mob Ties, which ended in gunfire. Takeoff was hit during the altercation and died on the spot. Again, many people in the industry and fans blamed the Mob Ties and J Prince Jr. for this. Drake even spoke at Takeoff's funeral, which...
All right, so y'all hear about this, right? So, you know, Drake is associated, you know, with Mob Ties, and, you know, that's all I'm gonna talk about. So we got that, all right? So that's one group that, you know, Drake is associated with. But